Today I want to talk about starting anew and really bringing new life into an old system. We don't have to do things the way they're being done right now. We can change the way we live our life, and we don't have to play into what is. There are no jobs out there because there are no jobs at the corporations, because the corporations have stopped spending money, because the people have stopped spending money because they don't have any more and they're totally in debt. So we don't have to play this. We don't have to play this game. We can start our own system and work with each other and deal with each other. Bring it down to a local level. Bring it down to a local level, and you are like a little ripple in the pond that extends itself out. Boom! You go into the pond of life, and the pond of humankind. But you deal with it locally, and you deal with your family, and you get rid of substances. If you have substances within your house now that have caused hell, really hell on earth, and I've lived it. I know what it is, and I know a lot of other people are living it. So if you are living in an environment with substances that are causing hell, and I'll tell you something, I don't think marijuana is causing hell unless you've got a kid who's getting up and he's doing it in the morning and then going to school. No, that's not good. Your brain isn't developed, and that isn't good for you. You do it later on. But all of these there are drugs, prescription drugs that the doctor is giving you that is horrible. They're horrible for you. The food, the cheap food at fast food places, terrible for you. And so we have obesity problems. We have drug addiction problems. But we don't have to do that. We can get away from that, and we can create our own system. We don't have to say there are no jobs. Yes, there are jobs. We can create them. We can create them by going back to mom and pop stores, local, and maybe even, if you don't have the money to do that, maybe you start doing it a little bit out of your home, and you deal with your neighbors. Maybe you have a certain talent, of something that you can do. Well, try to do that. Put a little bit of money together, scrape a little bit. If you have a little bit of a dream, scrape it together and work on that on a small scale. See if you can, if it's some little business that you're starting, well, then do one little thing and do it well. You do it, everything, you do it as if someone was doing it to you. If you were, do unto others. So you try to put the very best that you have into it. Now, everybody's going to make mistakes, so everyone else has to realize that. But know that you're coming from the best place to give the best product or service or whatever you're doing. Don't shortchange anybody. Don't feel the thing because you have been shortchanged, then you can shortchange other people. I've been there, done that. That's not right. Life is unfair, but you can be fair. And the more fair you are, more fair to someone, then they're going to pass it along. A lot of us are little hurt children who we get hurt, and then we end up ultimately hurting other people because you become kind of calloused and going, you know what, fuck you, and I shouldn't be using that language, frick you. Anyway, I'm not perfect. I'm trying to help. And I'm going to do whatever I can before I leave here because I see that there's a lot to be done. But I believe that we can stay together and we can work together. You don't have to hold out for the... Why work for a company when you have to... you're really kind of cheapening... You are cheapening yourself if they are doing things in your name and you are helping them do things that aren't right. That karmically, that is not good. And I feel that same thing about what America has done. I'm from the United States, and I see things that have been done in my name as an American citizen, and we are supposed to be a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. But again, I think this is beyond government. I think it's a group of people that move money around the world, and they play us off each other, and we are the pawns in their little freaking game. And they're bringing all the drugs in. How are all the drugs getting into a country, that is in lockdown from terrorists. How are they doing it? We're taking our shoes off at the airport, but in the meantime, kids are sticking heroin into their arms and dying. And we just happened to be in a war in Afghanistan, and they weren't growing poppies until we got there. So you know what? Put 2 and 2 together, baby. It's an inside job. Stop taking them. You know, if you don't like what the government is doing, young people, stop taking the drugs. Don't play into their game. They want you to be drugged out. Why are so many liquor stores in poor neighborhoods? Don't play into their game. Let's play a different game. Let's play a different game. We don't have to be against them. We just don't feed them. Anyway, that's my message for the day. Oh, I've been so kind of worked up lately. Anyway, and I mean well, and I know it's supposed to be loving, and I want to put that good energy into the world. So we can change things. I believe, I have hope. I always have hope. You know what? So let's get it together. Go out making a great day, and remember, love is the answer now.